delivering quality education, expanding access to learning. The official TV-based instruction of Tagum City. This is Tagum City Division's DepEd TV. Tara na!
Hello, Grade 4 learners! Today is another day full of learning and fun. I am glad to be part of your journey as you discover new lesson in English. Airing from Pilot TV, I am your teacher for today's episode, Teacher Jenny from Magugpo Pilot Central Elementary School. Are you all excited? Great! Together, we will learn, explore, and discover new things while staying at home. So what are you waiting for? Let's go! Before that, let us check first if you already have your pen, notebook, and learning module with you. Great! Come on, let's start. Welcome to English 4 Module 2 for the 4th quarter. At the end of the session, you will be able to identify the steps on writing a reaction on the story read and write a reaction paper about a story read. Is reading stories your hobby? Do you find the stories you read interesting? You might have various opinions about the story you have read or heard. We will learn a lot with today's episode. But before we will go to our lesson for today, let us have first an activity. Are you excited, kids? Perfect! Let's begin. Let's check this out and see how much you have learned previously. Choose the letter of the best answer. Write the chosen letter in your notebook. I will give you 5 seconds to write your answer. Let's start! Number 1. Writing a short story is a skill that will sharpen your creativity and imagination. A. True. B. False. C. Maybe. D. None of the above. Your timer starts now. Time's up! Do we have the same answer? Very good! The right answer is A. True. Number 2. Steps in writing stories should be followed to make writing process easier. A. False. B. True. C. Maybe. D. None of the above. Your timer starts now. Time's up! Can you tell me the correct answer? Perfect! B. True. Number 3. The plot contains the beginning, middle, and the ending. A. True. B. False. C. Maybe. D. None of the above. Your timer starts now. Time's up! Do we have the same answer? Great! The right answer is A. True. Number 4. In story writing, the first step is to think of an idea or topic that you want to write. A. True. B. False. C. Maybe. D. None of the above. Your timer starts now. Time's up! What is your answer? The correct answer is A, true. Number 5. A short story with no conflict can be rather dull. Is this true? A, no. B, yes. C, maybe. D, none of the above. Your timer starts now. Time's up! What is your answer? Correct! Letter B, yes. Good job, kids! That was a fun activity. It seems that you really understood your previous lesson. Before we proceed to our new lesson, let's have a quick review on the previous episode. Can you still remember it? Let's find out! On the previous lesson in Quarter 4, Module 1, you have learned about writing a story. The main elements of a story are settings, characters, plot, and theme. You have to follow significant steps in writing stories from beginning to end. It is a great way to make the writing process a whole lot easier. These are the following. Step 1. Think of an idea. Step 2. Create a character and a setting. Step 3. Identify the beginning. Step 4. Identify the conflict. Step 5. Identify the turning point. Step 6. Identify what is the resolution. And Step 7. Identify the ending. Bravo, kids! I know that you're doing great in writing your own stories. As a student, it is important also that you know how to write a reaction paper correctly. Writing a reaction based on what you read is necessary to show how deep your understanding is and how well you can use your analytical skills on the stories or articles you are reading. You need to learn some tips in writing a reaction and its format as well. Let us learn all these things as we go along with this episode. But before that, do you want another activity? Wow! Come on, and let's start. The following statements below. Choose the letter of the best answer. Write the chosen letter in your notebook. I will give you 5 seconds to write your answer. Let's start! Number 1. You cannot write stories based on a real-life experiences. A. True. B. False. C. Maybe. D. None of the above. Your timer starts now. Time's up! Can you tell me your answer? Great! The correct answer is B. False. Number 2. Writing a reaction on the story or article you read will measure students' A. Emotions. B. Understanding. C. Analytical skills. D. B and C. Your timer starts now. Time's up! The correct answer is yes, letter B, B and C, understanding and analytical skills. Very good, kids! Number 3. It is a type of written assignment which requires personal opinion and conclusions on a given article or story. A. Notebook. B. Storybook. C. Newspaper. D. Reaction paper. Your timer starts now. Time's up! Do we have the same answer? Bravo! The correct answer is D. Reaction paper. Number 4. It is a part of a reaction paper wherein you describe the author and the paper you are analyzing. the main ideas and problems you are going to discuss. A. Body. B. Conclusion. C. Introduction. D. References. Your timer starts now. Time's up! Can you tell me your answer? Perfect! C. Introduction. Number 5. The last part of a reaction paper that contains the sources of your work is A. Body. B. Conclusion. C. Introduction. D. References. Your timer starts now. Time's up! The correct answer is D. References. Good job, kids! You've done the activity very well. Now, let's start our lesson. Are you excited? Fantastic! What is a reaction paper? A reaction paper is a type of written assignment which requires opinion and conclusions on a given article or a story. Unlike a summary, a reaction paper should contain your own thoughts on the problem discussed in the original text. Do you know the contents of a reaction paper? How to write it correctly? Let us find out as we go on with this lesson. This time, let us learn the format in writing a reaction and its contents. Organizing gives you a chance to create an outstanding reaction paper using previous experience and a clear plan of actions. With the help of an outline, you will be able to see how the paper will look like and will be able to go from one paragraph to another smoothly. Number 1. Introduction is the phase of your paper, so you need to pay extra attention to this part to gain interest of the reader. Here, you should describe the author and the paper you are analyzing, the main ideas and problems you are going to discuss. You should write at least 3-4 sentences about the original text. Make sure your statement is brief and straight to the point, because you will need to get back to it repeatedly throughout your paper. Number 2. Body. This is where the real work begins. You need to write down your thoughts on the main ideas of the paper, backed with appropriate quotes and sources. Remember to stick to the original story or article and always get back to it while providing your personal thoughts. Number 3. Conclusions should be brief and contain information on your opinion and main ideas, which were shaped throughout the work. Number 4. List of references or sources should contain brief but structured information on the sources used in your work. Tips in writing a reaction. Rewriting. Read the article or story and jot down ideas. How do you feel about what was said? Do you agree or disagree with the author? Have you had any applicable experience? Have you read or heard anything that applies to this, what the writer said in the article, story, or book? Does the evidence in the article or story support the statements the writer made? Organizing. Write the idea statement first. Decide on the key points that will focus your ideas. This will be your topic sentences. Develop your ideas by adding examples, quotations, and details to your paragraphs. Make sure the last sentence of each paragraph leads into the next paragraph. Check your main idea and make sure the topic sentence of each paragraph supports it. Now that you already know the contents and steps in a writing reaction, let us do this activity. Read the story below and answer the following questions in comprehension check. The Broken Jar by Journalyn Grace F. Leopardas. It was fine Saturday morning, Reese and Yuning were chasing each other through Grandma's house. They loved to stay at Grandma's place because the house was big and the backyard was wide too. They raced along that long corridor all the way up to the winding stairs at the second floor of the house. They would hit the wooden furniture at the sala. A lot of antique jars were displayed in the living room. They were laughing out loud, playing happily. Unluckily, Reese stumbled down as he slapped himself in the stairs and hit Grandma's glass jar. A loud crash was heard. "What have you kids broken now?" Grandma asked anxiously. She was in the kitchen preparing snacks. The children did not answer. There was a total silence in the room. Reese and Yuning looked at each other terrified. Grandma would be mad at them. "Oh no! Not my antique collection, children!" She gasped as she saw the broken pieces of glass jar on the floor next to Reese. "I'm so sorry, Grandma." Reese apologized. "You'd better be or else I will spank you both," she said angrily. "Maybe we can make it up to you. We will clean the house, sweep the floor, or wash the dishes for you, Grandma," Yuning said. Grandma's gaze softened and she nodded after some thought. She hugged them. The children hugged her too. "We were really sorry, Grandma," they said. Comprehension check-up. Answer carefully the following questions. You will be given 5 seconds to answer each item. Number 1. Who were the children in the story? Your timer starts now. Time's up! Very good, kids! We have the same answer. The children in the story are Reese and Yuning. Number 2. Where did they go one Saturday morning? Your timer starts now. Time's up! What is your answer? Correct! They went to Grandma's house one Saturday morning. Number 3. What did the children do at Grandma's house? Your timer starts now. Time's up! Awesome, kids! The correct answer is they were chasing each other at Grandma's house. They were laughing out loud and playing happily. Number 4. What happened to Grandma's jar? Your timer starts now. Time's up! Do we have the same answer? Perfect! The glass jar of Grandma was broken. Number 5. Why did the glass jar break? Your timer starts now. Time's up! We have the same answer. The glass jar was broken because Reese stumbled down as he slapped himself in the stairs and hit Grandma's glass jar. Wow! Good job, kids! You really learned a lot from our story today. Did you enjoy all the activities, kids? Perfect! I am glad to know that. Now, let's have a short recap with our lesson for today. Kids, let us remember that writing a reaction from a story read will help you understand deeply the story and will use your analytical skills to widen your imaginations and ideas. Don't forget some tips in writing a reaction and its format as well. This time, you're going to write a 3 to 5 sentences reaction based on the story, The Broken Jar. Follow the format given and write it on your notebook. You will be given 5 minutes to answer. the reaction paper. This writing activity will be rated through the given rubric. Are you ready? Your timer starts now. Rubrics for writing activity. Points and indicators. For 5 points, no error in spelling and grammar, legibly written and clean. For 4 points, minimal errors in grammar and spelling. For 3 points, not legibly written, not clean with minimal errors in grammar and spelling. For 2 points, committed many errors, cannot be read. Title, My Reaction Paper. You need to write the introduction, the body, the conclusion, and the references. Your timer starts now. you truly learned for today's discussion? Learners like you have ample opportunities to learn new things, and watching through this episode is one of them. Expressing your thoughts, reactions through writing will build your self-worth that you as a learner have something to share to others. Take this quote from Alvin Toffler: "The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn and relearn." Once again, I am your teacher Jenny, saying, take care and keep safe. God bless and goodbye!
Pilot TV, Pilot TV na, Pilot TV, Pilot TV na, Pilot TV, Pilot TV na, Pilot TV.
Manood at makinig sa mga aral naming hatid, magsulat at magbasa, magbilang halika na.
Iba't ibang kaalaman sa TV mo masusundan. Edukasyon sa inyong mas